All right, good afternoon, everybody. It is 2 o'clock. This is my first 2 o'clock stream because of scheduling situations. So, excuse me, I'm staring at my hair, trying to sort things out. Anyways, today's episode is just a little overview of what I'm going to be presenting in the next at least 10 weeks, maybe more depending on how the styling goes. But my vision for the next series of videos is going to be utilizing Arlene Dahl's book, 10 Hollywood Hairstyles. And it's from the 1950s. It covers different lengths of hair and different hairstyles of popular actresses at the time. And I'd like to approach each of those with either a vintage style or with a modern take, utilizing the set patterns and haircuts and how you can make it for yourself. So the first thing I do want to do is say that this book is available for free download off of glamourdays.com. I'm just going to show you. It is all strung together, but it's glamourdays.com/10-Hollywood-hairstyles-of-the-50s. And you can then download the PDF and follow along at home if that is something that would be helpful to you, so you can see where I'm getting my information from. Glamour Days in general is a really great resource for vintage hair, vintage hairstyles, makeup, different decades. So it's pretty great. Once more, glamourdays.com/10-Hollywood-hairstyles-of-the-50s. That way you can, if you would choose to, download the PDF file and follow along. My plan is that I will be doing, my plan is that I will be posting on the Saturday before what hairstyle I'm going to be doing and potentially what you would need to have with you to follow along. Today, in some of my orientation as I continue, I'm going to be showing the different things that I might be using in each session. There will also be a post after this live stream that will line out all the products, all of the tools, and also putting a link to, or as best I can, putting a link to the book, so that, or the PDF file, so that you can have the best chance of following what I'm doing, whether you want to try it on yourself, try it on someone else, or what I will be doing is utilizing my doll heads. So whichever style I will be working on will determine which doll gets used. It will be determined based on their current haircut, so that you can see it in a as close to the haircut for the style as possible. So if you have access to a doll head, that would be awesome. If you have access to a human head who just happens to be okay with you messing around with some styles, that's really cool. Or just watch and see if you can get some tips and tricks each week with the different styles. I have printed up the book and the styles, so I will be going over these first couple pages today, and then you can see Now this is backwards, which is why I think it would be in your best interest to download the PDF for yourself. But each star has a page with, excuse me, with their look, and then followed by the set patterns. In this is also described the haircut. Oh, this one, I love how they print it weird, but that's cool. So in each one, though, you get to see each of the styles, and it explains their haircut, it explains the set, and then the comb out. So you can see for each of the stars what we're looking at as far as styling, as far as setting, as far as what we're expecting to get once it's done. So each week I will focus on one of the styles. So it will definitely be a, I will do my best to really show like what I'm doing as far as the set goes, but it really does feel like you would have a better chance, especially given how the camera is. Everything's backwards here, so it's pretty hard to read even if you wanted to screen capture that. So easier if you can go download the PDF. So before we get into supplies, I'm going to just read a little bit here. So the first page here is kind of the intro page. And it just says, every Hollywood star knows one important beauty secret. She enhances her loveliness with a hairstyle designed to flatter her face, her features, even her figure. Some stars change coiffures frequently. Others have found one style so suited to their beauty that they wear it constantly. You will discover, too, that nothing adds to your beauty as much or as quickly as finding a becoming coiffure. In this booklet are hairstyles created by Hollywood experts for every type of face: oval, round, square, rectangular, and heart-shaped. Choose the one most suited to your own facial structure, follow the simple directions for achieving it yourself, and enjoy a glamorous new kind of beauty. Immediately, Arlene Dahl, Chicago Tribune, Hollywood Beauty Advisor. And here's just a quick picture of what she looks like. So it's just kind of a nice little booklet of styles that are suited for all types. So give me one moment. All right, so the first official page is just telling what to expect and how to begin. And like I said, if you're trying to read it, it's backwards here, so you would be best suited to reading it online. Even if you don't download it, you can look at each page on Glamour Days. So before you begin, because these hairstyles were created expressly for the stars who wear them by Hollywood experts, they are tailored not only to each star's facial structure, but also to her particular kind of hair. Thin or thick, straight or curly, heavy or fine textured. To achieve precisely the same coiffure, you may have to adapt it to your own individual hair type. For example, if your hair is thinner, straighter, or finer than the stars described, you may need to make your pin curls smaller and more numerous to get the same result. If the star's hair is naturally curly, you may need a permanent to wear the same style successfully. If her hair is thick and taper cut for a certain coiffure, your hair, if it is thin, may need to be blunt cut to give it body. Your own hairstylist can advise you on these questions when he or she cuts your hair for the coiffure you choose. These general directions apply to all hair designs described in this booklet. Pin curls, curls rolled flat against the head and held with a bobby pin or clip, are always rolled toward the face. The hair ends are tucked underneath the curl before it is pinned down. You know, of course, that there is a division point in back where the pin curls must roll in different directions. Unless otherwise directed, this division point comes in the center of a coiffure with a center part behind the left ear for a left side part and behind the right ear for a right side part. Poodle cuts and similar designs require pin curls to be rolled irregularly without a division line. Why am I so out of breath? So much reading. Stand-up curls, curls standing out from the head like little sausages, are always rolled away from the part with the hair ends tucked inside. They are held with 2 bobby pins run through each curl in opposite directions. Now here are specific directions for achieving 10 glamorous Hollywood hairstyles yourself, which will then go into the styles. So they're talking about pin curls are always rolled toward the face. So even though this is backwards from what is that pin curls are always rolled toward the face. So pulled forward, whether clockwise or counterclockwise position, but always rolled forward. And then stand-up curls are always rolled away from the part. So the stand-up curls, you find the part, and then it's rolled down and away from the part in all circumstances. And I will, of course, with each style, discuss specifics to that style through the use of pin curls, rollers, curling iron, depending on what you are going for with your own styling and what the goals are for the hairstyle. So next is I'm going to show all of the tools that I may use. They are, each week I will say specifically which ones I am using. So we'll start with the curling iron. I plan on only using a 1/2-inch barrel to mimic stand-up curls and pin curls. If you have longer hair, perhaps you would use something a little bit thicker, maybe a 3/4 inch barrel. You could also use something even thinner, like a 1/4 inch barrel. But I'm going to aim at a 1/2-inch barrel curling iron when I am doing styling with the curling iron. So a 1/2-inch barrel curling iron is a good choice. Then we have, if I'm feeling especially like being particularly lazy, but I don't want to use a curling iron, I still want to do a wet set, I will be using rollers of varying sizes, more than likely staying in the orange and blue category. But these are just standard set rollers that you can use if you are needing some support, especially in the stand-up curls. It can be nice to use rollers in the stand-up curls so that they don't collapse on themselves, and that may be what these are used for. Once again, I will say before each episode what you're going to be using. Then the choice in using either a single prong clip, which is my preferred clip if the hair is short. If I'm doing rollers, if I'm doing anything like that, I want to use a single prong clip, sometimes two, depending on what I need to get out of it. But a single prong clip is going to be your friend. If you don't have single prong clips, double prongs are fine. I just like that these don't cover a lot of area. And then if there's any that I want to be more of a purist on, especially some of the longer styles, I will be using hairpins, either excessively large or standard size hairpins. And these are just straight U-shaped hairpins that I prefer for most wet sets if I'm doing that. The single prong clips will come in handy for curling iron sets, roller sets, and short-haired wet sets. So they're very versatile. I just will decide as with each style as it comes around what it is exactly that I'm going to be doing with that. Next is, I like for parting hair, I like having a medium wide tooth rat tail comb. In this case, it has a metal tail, so that I can come in and part hair really simply, comb it out, and set whatever is going to be my basis, set the curls. So any kind of rat tail comb will be your friend. And then when we get to finishing, the first comb out or brush out after the set is complete, whether it's a wet set or dry set with a heat set, is a Denman brush. And this one is a 7-row, and it's just really good for helping smooth the hair and break up curl. And then our last is for finishing is just a, oh, there's a hair stuck to it. This one is a nylon bristle brush, but it has a lot of bristles so that it can help add more smoothness and shine and blending of the curls as they come up. As far as I can tell, most all of these styles don't require much, if any, back combing. So it's all about getting the set so that you can get it combed out and will just sit as natural as possible. And from there, we're going to discuss product. All of my doll heads will be prepped with the, I know, it's backwards, and I will write all of this down in a post as soon as I'm done with this video. But the Matrix Miracle Creator as a protectant and as a softening agent, and shine for basically conditioning, and then adding the Amazonian Muru, which I've mentioned before in the winter hair video, why I enjoy it so much. And this is just to add more suppleness and combat any dryness in the hair and stiffness, and also for controlling frizz and flyaways. Then, if the hair is of medium to coarse persuasion, I will use just a small amount of Super Fixer gel, not a ton, just a small amount just for hold, just for a little grip, so that it will help secure the curls. And then if the hair is finer, using the Oil Wonders Volume Rose Mousse is a good way to help build structure into the hair without adding weight, whereas the Super Fixer Gel does have a bit of an opportunity with finer hair to weigh it down. Then as we get finished, we've set the hair, whether it's set, and if I'm going to be using the curling iron, what I will do is pre-wash and prep the doll head so the hair will be dry, but it will have been either all of those products, whether it's the gel or the mousse, plus the Miracle Creator, plus the oil, will all have been put in the hair prior to using the curling iron. If I am going to be using the curling iron, excuse me, after the hair is dry and prepped, before I run the curling iron over it, I will be using a heat protectant, and I will mention this one as well. That's for if I'm using the curling iron. If it's a wet set, you can, I will determine day of if I'm going to show, it will already be pre-washed and wet, and I'll decide if I want to show every step of spraying in the spray, putting in the oil, putting in gel or mousse. And then when everything's finished and we're ready for comb out, it's all dry, set, ready to go, I will be going in, especially because my dolls they've got very dry hair. Very, very dry hair. So I'm going to be using Brilliantine as a, what is the word I'm looking for? I want to say supplicant, but that's not right. Anyways, I'm going to be using this to add sheen and control. It is not necessarily what everybody wants to use. My doll heads, it doesn't matter because they'll be fine. Brilliantine is petrolatum and fragrance. And petrolatum, you might know it as Vaseline. So, but for my doll heads, it's really nice to add that shine. It gives that reflectiveness. It really helps the hair look healthy, as much as I hate using healthy to describe hair, but it adds that shine, adds that suppleness, it adds that conditioning. Then as you've got to nearly the end of your comb out process, we're done, everything's set where you want it. For most everybody, Style Fixer is going to be the hairspray that I'm going to use. It is a finishing hairspray. It is meant to set the hair. So once you've combed it, if you don't want to use brilliantine, a pomade, a nice light wax, or even a little bit more of the oil will be a good option. And then final spray with the style fixer, followed with, and this is a thing that I like to do when I want hair to stay, is to use my blow dryer, to just put a little warm air over the hairspray that was just sprayed on, so it helps hold and lock the style in place. Then the last thing is, if I am doing a fine haired style, rather than using the style fixture, I will use the Volume Rose hairspray as well. And that's an excellent choice for those with finer hair that want to still get the benefit of putting in a traditional Hollywood set. So for today, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to mention. That's about it for today. I'm going to just flash up the, just put this up here one more time, just in case you want to go and do that. I will be posting this whole thing. But I plan on Saturday before posting which style I will be doing and in what method and with what products. So that way you can follow along if you'd like through your own copy, or just see what it is that I'm doing for the day. If you're thinking that's a style that could work for you or somebody you know, then great. And if it's not of interest, then of course skip. It's totally fine. But I'm planning on, I may not go in order of where they appear in the book, but I will be saying each time which style I will be doing and go forward from there. Then on Sunday at 2 o'clock, there will be a live stream specifically to show whichever style I've chosen for the week. If it is a wet set, I will show the set process one Sunday, and then a week later I will show the comb out process. And if that is the case, I will make that clear the Saturday before so that you know what's coming up. Then each one will be labeled as whichever style in the Hollywood Hair series, and you can go through and watch as they're archived to find one that works for you or looks interesting to modify to your needs. And I will gladly take requests for the method if someone wants to see specifically. I want to see, say, Hedy Lamar's style done with the curling iron, because I think I could do that, but I don't want to spend time with a wet set. Then I would gladly modify whatever day that might be coming up to use a curling iron. If not, then I will just make that decision as I go. I know this is a little short today. I'm a little short. I'm always a little short. But next Sunday, 2 o'clock, will be the first official style in the series. And I really do hope that I will see you in the watching it live or catching it a little later to discover some of these really fun 1950s Hollywood hairstyles. And until then, I will see you. I look forward to this exploration of Hollywood hair. And we'll see you next Sunday at 2 o'clock. Bye.